Hi, I'm Elman Amal, and I'm delighted to present to you Tribu AI, the patient recruitment platform for clinical trials. This is my family, and it all started back in Nicaragua in the kitchen table. My stepdad was just diagnosed with cancer, and clinical trials were his best shot. So we went and spent days going through the thousands of trials without really knowing which one applied to him. When he finally found one, he couldn't understand what the trial was about, the risks they were, and what would happen to him. He nearly walked away from a treatment that could save his life, not because he didn't want to, but because no one met him where he was. So I built something to make sure no family goes again through that. So let me show you.
Hi, I'm Mary from Tribu. I already have your medical records on file, so I can help you find clinical trials that are a good match. What type of trials are you interested in, and is there a particular area or location you'd like to search near?
Hi, Mary. I'm interested in trials for bone marrow cancer near Stanford.
Let me search for that now. I found 3 trials near Stanford for bone marrow cancer. One is about a gentler transplant at UCSF, another focuses on recovery after transplant at Stanford, and the third looks at preventing infections at Kaiser Permanente. Would you like to hear more about any of these?
Tell me about the trial at Stanford.
This trial at Stanford is for people who have had a bone marrow transplant. It tests a pill called ruxolitinib that might help stop a common problem called chronic graft versus host disease. That's when the new bone marrow attacks parts of your body like skin or lungs. You would take the pill twice a day for up to 2 years, starting about a month after your transplant if your doctor says you're healing well. You'd visit the clinic every month and have some blood tests and other checks. The main risks are low blood counts for a short time, feeling tired, and a chance of a virus coming back. But the goal is to help you recover better and avoid serious problems. They also pay you a little for each visit and help with parking or travel. Do you have any questions about this one? Or would you like to hear about another trial?
No, go ahead and schedule a visit with the site.
I'd be happy to help you set that up. One moment, please. Your visit is scheduled for next Wednesday at 10 a.m. at Stanford Medical Center.
Now, communities of color represent almost 40% of all the US population, and yet only 8% of all clinical trials participants in the US. This weakens how well trials results and apply to real population. It creates gaps in access to new treatments, and importantly, it slows down innovation. 85% of all trials never meet their enrollment deadline, costing up to $500,000 in lost revenue per day to biotech and pharma. Millions of eligible patients from underserved communities could fill these seats, but recruitment still broken. It relies on physician referrals and English-only material that never reaches these communities. As a matter of fact, 94% of all trials are only ran in English. So we're building a marketplace where patients discover, understand, and navigate trials in their own language. Our marketplace matches patients to trials based on their condition, location, and eligibility. Once they find a trial, our AI companion walks them through the screening, education, and ongoing support, adjusting to their reading levels and with an avatar that reflects their background. Lastly, we take care of logistics, scheduling their visits, and even an Uber. Over the last 7 months, we've conducted over 200 interviews across coordinators, nurses, physicians, patients, biotech firms, and even FDA leadership. We're publishing 2 papers with Dr. Kevin Schulman here at Stanford. And more importantly, we're running a trial here at Stanford with 40 patients under the leadership of Dr. Vanessa Kennedy. We've drafted a commercial pilot with Honor Health and are in active discussions with Avextra and Yasar for their phase 3 clinical trials. When diverse enrollment becomes the default, the entire system changes. Treatments reach patients faster, drugs are safer for the population, not just on what they were tested on, and research becomes something the world actually trusts. The community excludes today's from trials carry the biology that will shape the next generation of treatments. Their inclusion doesn't just help them, it makes better medicine for everyone. I'm a biomedical engineer with a background in clinical research, medical devices, and I built Nicaragua's first food delivery app. Clara brings expertise in investment with over $1 billion in transactions of enterprise SaaS in London. And Caitlin brings a decade of experience deploying healthcare technologies across hospital systems. We're also supported by Dr. Kennedy here at Stanford, Dr. Unger from Fred Hutchins Cancer Institute, Scott Brady, and former FDA Commissioner Dr. Califf. I think about that moment in the kitchen, about my stepdad, and about the millions of families that are sitting in that position right now. Over the next 5 years, we'll make equitable enrollment across oncology, obesity, and the central nervous system not a special initiative, but an infrastructure change. This is what I've been building towards my entire career. And with CIF support, I can dedicate the next full year to making it real. Thank you, everyone.